Crypto Minimalist here. I'm still holding. With the latest attack on Bitcoin, what has changed for THETA and TFuel as we march onwards towards Mainnet 3.0 launch? Let us discuss. I'm going to bring up the spreadsheet from the video I did last week. If you didn't see that, this was a comparison between the Mainnet 2.0 launch and the Mainnet 3.0 launch going back 30 days out from launch date. And I was just comparing how the gains were occurring based off of the previous all-time highs for TFuel. And we were moving along at a faster pace this last week before the latest Bitcoin crash, actually looking nearly identical to 2020 with the good days matching. This one was exact down to the weekend, and a few days ago we really got off course. As you can see with the projections we were on before, at the very end of last week, we were way ahead of schedule. Unfortunately, we're going to have to adjust expectations here. Interestingly enough, we are, last I checked, we're right around 48 cents, and we're actually still beating the projection from the end of last week. Even the high projection was that I discussed earlier was 46 cents here, and we are beating that. If you really think about it, it's not going to take a whole lot to get us to $1 from here. Even how far we've fallen, we're almost down 50% from when we hit the newest all-time high around 65 cents. We're still not in too bad of shape. We can't really have another big Bitcoin setback that might finish us off. Well, about right around $1 to $2. Let's see how that could still happen. So I have two scenarios that I worked out here to see what may end up happening. This is this week. Here we are today. And then for this first scenario, I just cut out the first big growth we had in 2020 for 2.0. Just cut it out because that might have been just completely washed out from the big setback we had the past few days. And we don't have a whole lot of time to make these gains now. Before we were just so far ahead of schedule. Now we're right up against the end of the so if we were to just get one nice run up here, 2.0 really had two nice run ups. We had a first double, and then we cooled off for a day, and then we did it again and doubled again. So if we just had one double this time, we could actually get over $1 right there. 3 days before the launch, that last weekend, looking at about $1.40, which is not too bad considering how bad the past few days have been. And of course, you have the couple days before the launch, the sell off occurs, and I just kept the pretty big 30% drop on mainnet day. I will say if we don't really do much the rest of this week and this weekend, we might even see a big actual couple days before launch, and on launch we might actually see green there. Really, anything under $1, I'm not very interested in selling TFuel. I do want to at some point look and do a couple videos on what the theta price might end up looking like. Me personally, I've just been really concentrating on TFuel because it's really for about a couple months now, it's been outperforming theta, and I think it's going to continue to outperform at least through the end of this month. So that's where the bulk of my concentration is on TFuel right now. As for the second scenario, I drew up here. This is not likely, but this just goes to show there's still the potential is here for some really big numbers to pop. Because when you go back and look at the last launch in 2020, all of this growth here happened in the course of less than a week, like 5-6 days. And we're on day 7. We still have enough time to really go nuts. And it's really got to start moving in the next day or two. It's a very tight window at this point. But if you crunch all these numbers, we just kind of brush off the big red week so far, and we kind of interject this big growth range and just immediately start it in the next couple days. You can see these numbers get really big. It grows exponentially, and it really starts to get out of control. Once TFuel gets rolling, it really picks up momentum, and everybody from other projects just starts piling in. It's a big FOMO type coin here that we got ourselves into. We're still just trying to hit in this range, this $1 to $2 range, and I think we might just have just enough time to get there. All right, guys. So let us all hope that Bitcoin holds strong for the next few days, and if so, we may very soon see another big upwards push from TheTaFuel.